Okay, this afternoon, shortly after 1 o'clock, two of our Brevard County Sheriff's deputies were involved in a traffic stop of a vehicle on State Road 192, just in the area of I-95. During that traffic stop, one of the occupants of the vehicle opened fire on our deputies. Our deputies returned fire, defending themselves and their lives, and one of our deputies, unfortunately, was shot in that exchange of gunfire. I'm very pleased to announce it's non-life-threatening injuries. He's at a local hospital now, and the suspect is deceased. By the grace of God and their training, they did what they were trained to do, and we don't have two funerals this week of two Central Florida law enforcement officers.
Chief, can you give us more details about the purpose for the traffic stop and that type of thing?
Again, everything right now is still very fresh and fluid, so we're still in the process of having our crime scene, our investigative agents, everyone's in the process of reviewing that, so that's all the details that we're going to release right now. There will be more information forthcoming, though.
Deputy Chief, I'm sorry. Could we really quickly just get a quick recap? I'm so sorry. If you could explain one more time what happened.
Yeah, shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon, two of our deputy sheriffs were involved in a traffic stop of a vehicle on State Road 192, just west of I-95. During that traffic stop, one of the occupants of the vehicle opened fire on the deputy sheriffs. Our deputies returned fire, defending their lives. The shooter in this case is deceased. One of our deputies was shot and injured. Very pleased to report that it's non-life-threatening at this time, and he is being treated.
Chief, was there anyone else in the car with that suspect? We heard there may have been a child in that vehicle.
You know, again, at this time, we're not going to release any further information. There will be another update provided by Sheriff Ivey, who's out of town. He'll be providing an update probably a little later this evening, and we hope to be able to release some more of those details, okay?
There's no suspect at large.
That's the thing to report to you. There is no suspect that's at large. There's no threat to the community, and it was all contained right there during that traffic stop incident.
Chief, where was the deputy shot?
We're not going to release that information right now.
Was the deputy available?
We're not going to release that information also right now.
Chief, are you able to tell us if there was any type of physical altercation before those shots were fired?
Again, so very, very fluid. You know, as we get information, you know, I hope to be able to release some of those details in the near future, but not at this point. We can't confirm that. We're just still gathering all the specifics ourselves with interviews, okay?
How long can people expect to have that road?
We'll get you back in an update. I'd probably say it's going to be prepared for at least a couple hours through the rush hour traffic.
Can you kind of give us an idea of how long the deputy's been with the department?
Not yet, Greg. So as soon as we can get that information out to you guys, we will identify and let you know, okay?
These deputies were traveling together in the same unit?
I'm not going to say that this time either, okay? That's part of our investigation, but there were two that were on scene. We'll say that, okay?
So the other occupant, was it a woman?
Again, not going to release those details right now.
Chief, I'm not as familiar with the area. Did everything happen in West Melbourne, the city of West Melbourne?
This incident occurred on 192, just on the west side of 95. So technically, Todd, I'm not sure if that's in the county or unincorporated area, but I believe that's in this. I believe it's in our area, our jurisdiction.
You know, it's really strange out there. You got West Melbourne, Melbourne, and the county area. So depending on exactly where it took place.
Yeah. Technically, we refer to this area where it occurred as West Melbourne.
And just to be clear, two deputies were on the scene, but only one deputy was hurt.
One deputy was shot. That's correct.
And can you say how long this traffic stop lasted? How long was it?
Again, we're just putting all of that information together. It was a traffic stop.
For the record, could you say and spell your first and last name, or if you refer to it?
Sure, it's Chief Deputy Michael, D-E, capital M as in Mike, O-R-A-T. Right.
One more time.
D as in David, E as in Echo, capital M as in Mike, O-R-A-T.
Can you say how old
Demorat, it's pronounced.
and it sounds like the details you're releasing are very limited. Are you saying the suspect, how old?
Not yet. Again, we have our crime scene investigators, our homicide unit personnel all dispatched, and so as soon as we get some more information, we want to make sure whenever we give you guys information that's verified and it's accurate and it's factual. And so, again, Sheriff Ivey will be putting out want to make sure that you got to. Sheriff Ivey will be putting out another update probably a little bit later this evening, and then we hope to release some more information at that time.
Chief, just so I'm clear, it started as a traffic stop on 192. Was he pulled over by just one
Now, again,
deputy?
don't know where it exactly started. I'll just say this. This is where this all culminated and where it happened.
Okay.
The final, where the officer was shot and where this took place is just off of 192, just west of I-95 here.
And was that officer alone? The officer who was shot, was he alone at that time? Or there was
We're going to have to review all that information too, okay? But there were two officers on scene with one being shot.
And did you say if the folks involved, the suspects here, were they on law enforcement's radar prior to today?
Again, once we identify them and we verify that, that's part of our investigative process, okay? All right, thank you guys very much. Thank you. Get some more information. You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey folks, JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now, and you just heard there live from Brevard County the latest that we have here on the shooting in West Melbourne, really right at I-92 and I-95. That was the scene here a short time ago, and what we know now at this time is that there was a traffic stop. A Brevard County sheriff's deputy was shot in an exchange of gunfire. The suspect is dead as a result of that exchange and gunfire. Other details clearly there from the press conference that you just heard, unavailable at this time as they begin to sort through exactly what happened there in West Melbourne, in Brevard County a short time ago. There was a witness that spoke to our NBC sister station, WESH, a short time ago. This was somebody who was in the area at the time that this all went down. Again, I-92 and I-95.
Are expecting Brevard County Sheriff's Office to provide an update on their deputy who was shot any minute right now, but I want to get right over here to Sued Husami, and you actually saw the aftermath of the shooting. Tell me what time it was and what you saw.
It was 1:23. We came in, me and my husband, from Heritage Parkway. We making a right. We saw a car stopping, and we saw the police laying on the floor, and the second one, he's pointing his gun, he's looking, and then we saw some lady, she was screaming to help. And we saw the doors, so I talked to my husband and said, let's take video, but he didn't want to let me. He said, it's a shooting, we don't want to be on it.
Did you hear any shots fired?
No, we did not. We saw the cop, he's laying on the floor, next to the car.
And it appears that he was injured.
Yes, ma'am, he was injured on the floor. And the other guy, he looked so scared. The other police guy, he looked so scared, which he was looking, pointing his gun, but he was looking.
What was he pointing his gun at? Could you tell why they were there? What happened in this situation?
He looks like he's looking for somebody. The car is open. Maybe somebody was in the car and ran away. How the police on the floor, and the other policeman, he looks so scared. He looks very scared. He's just, trying to do his job, I guess. And the lady, she was screaming. We don't know is from the car or she just saw what happened. She was screaming and crying.
So to establish this scene again, we are standing right off of the exit off I-95 along U.S. Highway 192, and this is happening right off of the interstate. You were heading over to get your car checked, and then you saw all of this unfold. So you're not clear, did it seem like this was a traffic stop?
No, it was not traffic stop. The way he stopped is in the car is like somebody stopped him, like he ran away from the car or something. It was like an other side.
And clearly it didn't feel safe for you and your husband to stay. So tell me, how are you feeling, Sued, to have witnessed all of this unfold right in front of you?
It is very scary. It's very scary. Since I saw it, my stomach it was hurting, especially for the officer. I don't know if he's a dad or his father, or this is very sad. It's very sad.
Thank you so much for the update, and we're actually going to try to get an update on that.
And that, again, was a short time ago there, actually right ahead of the press conference getting underway again from our NBC sister station, WESH. The big thing here, everybody, is that of course, we have a suspect deceased, but the deputy that was shot, the Brevard County Sheriff's deputy that was shot, said to have suffered non-life-threatening injuries, so that sheriff's deputy is going to be okay based on the update that we were just provided by the Brevard County Sheriff's Office there in a press conference at the beginning of our stream here. The very latest here, folks, on this story on WFLA.com, the WFLA app. You can read more on the story, and we'll update the story as we get new information from West Melbourne in Brevard County, Florida.